Welcome back, it's Javier.
And Adela.
And today we're going to be talking about Black Mirror Season 5. Now, for those of you who don't know what Black Mirror is, it's an anthology TV series all based around like all the bad stuff that happens with technology. A better way to put it is when technology goes wrong.
Yeah, it's like futuristic and technology and crazy. It's a Netflix original. So you can find it on Netflix, all 5 seasons.
Really good show.
I'm actually the one that started watching it first. He had no interest in watching it, so I watched it by myself, and I really liked it and made him watch it with me. And now we're both kind of addicted to it.
It's a very good show.
The first 4 seasons were great. This 5th season, it was kind of lacking. It was pretty, I don't know, subpar compared to the other ones.
It didn't have what Black Mirror is known for. It was, I don't know, not Black Mirror-ish.
Yeah, it was different. And the fact that they used, like, really big names in the episodes was something that kind of threw me off. In all the other seasons, it's just been kind of small people, not so well-known people. But in this season, they had well-known people in the episodes, and it was, I think that might have been part of what threw us off. But either way, it was still, like, good. Like, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't, it was shit compared to the other 4 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, they were enjoyable, just not what anybody was expecting. We're not the only ones who feel that way.
Yeah. All the seasons have between 3 or 4 episodes. They're usually about an hour to an hour and a half long. And this season had 3 episodes that were all about an hour and 20 minutes?
An hour 10, hour 20 minutes.
Something like that. Alright, so episode 1 was called Striking Vipers.
So yeah, this Striking Vipers, this episode was about 2 best friends. They're really big into gaming. And at the beginning of the show, of this episode in particular, I found it really cool because they were gaming on a PS3. And we're PS gamers, we're PlayStation people. But anyways,
it skips like really far ahead into the future where they're like old, and one of them has kids and is like married, and so they're like in their 40s.
Yeah, both living completely different lifestyles. One of them's, like she said, one of them's married, has kids. The other one is like living like a bachelor lifestyle, like really rich.
Married guy's 40th birthday, one of his birthdays, the best friend shows up and gives him this little chip that is, I guess, the futuristic version of like VR gaming, virtual reality gaming, and you just connect it to your temple, and it like in your mind, like you go completely VR, like in your head. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Pretty wild.
It kind of looks like you're possessed by a demon or something. Putting it on, like
it's
the
crazy.
guy's eyes were like going like gray. It was
it's crazy. And then so he buys it for him, and then they play together in their separate houses, and they play a game called Striking Vipers, but it's like they played it at the beginning of the episode, like on the PS3, and it's basically like a Mortal Kombat game. Like it's basically Mortal Kombat. And they're playing it on the PS3 like a long time ago in the beginning, and then in the future they have like the VR version that they play with the little chip thing. We don't want to give too much away. We don't want to do spoilers. We're just talking about them. But anyway, they play this game called Striking Vipers, which is like it's basically Mortal Kombat. And then the VR world is way more like interactive. So they're able to interact with the world in the VR more outside of just playing the game. So then like shit goes weird, and they do stuff in the virtual world that they wouldn't do in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, without giving too much away, they get into some stuff that keeps them wondering after doing it. You know?
So it's like completely open worlds in the VR world, and they can do whatever they want to and interact in different ways. And I guess this VR even like simulates any type of sensation on the body, whether it be pain or pleasure.
Yeah.
So whatever they do in the VR world, they can feel in like the real world. It's pretty weird, but so like weird shit goes down. But it ends on a happy note, I guess.
Yeah. You know, with Black Mirror, you kind of never get like a full-on like ending.
Mm-hmm.
It's always open.
Yeah, they always leave it open-ended because you just never know. You're supposed to just form your opinions on your own. But so that was the first episode. You know, it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. It was weird. Like all of them are supposed to be weird, but I feel like this one was just like extra weird.
Yeah, no. There's not very, again, with this season, with this particular episode, the only thing that makes it Black Mirror-ish at all is the whole concept of the VR dot thing that they put to their head.
Mm-hmm.
The story, like I said, it's good. It keeps you entertained. It's just not what people are wanting from Black Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a bad episode. It's not, but it's not. I definitely don't think it belongs on a show like Black Mirror.
Yeah. And then, so, yeah, that was episode 1. Then episode 2, it was called Smithereens.
This one would probably be my favorite episode in this particular season.
I think this one was the best. And the thing is that it wasn't even futuristic at all because it's shit that's happening every day right now. Like, it's very realistic and relatable as to what's happening right now. So there wasn't really anything Black Mirror-ish about this one either. It was just
more like of a social commentary.
Yeah. So basically it's this guy, he drives for Black Mirror world equivalent to Uber.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
And he always waits outside the same building every day. And he asks every single person that he picks up from there, he'll only do fares from this building, and it's called Smithereen is the company name. He only picks up fares that are leaving that building. He asks every person he picks up from that building if they work there. Most people say no, and then he finally gets this young kid who says yes, that he works there. So he ends up like kidnapping the kid, basically taking him hostage. And it turns out we don't want to give too many spoilers, but Smithereen is a social media app like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the same kind of deal. So it's just the Black Mirror world version of social media. And, you know, social media caused a tragedy in his life. And like I said, it's something that happens every day in the real world right now. So it's super relatable.
Very, very intense, like, episode, like, all around. Like, it's what I like about this episode is a very basic premise.
Yeah. It was, like, super simple and super real. But yeah, basically social media caused a tragedy in his life and he kind of goes rogue. So yeah, that was episode 2. It was a pretty simple episode. There's not really much to talk about with that without giving spoilers, which we don't want to do. And then, so episode 3 was probably the worst out of all of them.
Yeah.
It was called Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2. This is the one with Miley Cyrus. But it was just bad. Just bad. It was like a freaking bad Disney Channel reject or something. It was horrifying. Like, it was fun to watch, but not as like a serious Black Mirror show. Like, it was just like a joke. It was ridiculous. So basically it's this 2 teenage girls, they're sisters. One is like super dark and edgy and listens to like old grunge bands and stuff, and then the other girl is like your typical 14-year-old, likes pop music and you know, like you have the dark and the light basically. And there's this pop singer who Miley Cyrus plays, and her name is Ashley O. And the one sister is like obsessed with her, and then Ashley O comes out with this like little robot version of herself.
Like fans could always communicate with her. They want to talk.
Yeah, with this weird little like robot. And the robot is the only thing that makes it Black Mirror. Like, the robot is literally the only thing. So the sister asks for it for her birthday. Her dad gets it for her. And she talks to it, and then something happens with Ashley O in real life, and she ends up in a coma, and she might not like survive. And basically, I don't even know how to explain it without giving you spoilers. It gets weird. But it's basically about these 2 teenage girls and this pop star and this little robot version of the pop star going on a journey together. That's pretty much all we can say about it without giving spoilers. I will say that it's the worst. It's the worst episode of Black Mirror probably ever. It shouldn't be a Black Mirror episode at all. And I know that, like, we're not in the minority with that. I know a lot of people were super disappointed in this season, and especially in that particular episode. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's not really much to say about this episode. I mean,
I think the character, like the character of Ashley O, the one that Miley Cyrus plays, I think she was a great choice for that role, considering that she already has so much experience, you know, with Hannah Montana and everything in the past. So, like, she played the role really well, and it was like, you know, but it still just seemed like a Disney Channel reject.
Yeah, just some like more, it's like a more mature version of Hannah Montana, if you will, and if Hannah Montana had a robot.
Yeah, pretty much. Like if Hannah Montana existed in like 2024 or something.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. That's the robot's the only thing that like kind of like makes it a Black Mirror kind of episode.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible when you think about it being a Black Mirror episode, but it's not terrible just as itself. Like if it was a standalone like short film, it'd be fine. It'd be great. It's fun to watch. It's entertaining, but just it's terrible when you think of it as an episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, no, in general, this season of Black Mirror is my least favorite season. Like, this is nothing compared to the rest of the seasons.
If we were to have to rate this entire season, like, as a whole, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10.
I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, honestly, there's not much in this show that connects it to, like, the rest of the Black Mirror, like...
Mm-hmm.
If you would have replaced maybe, like, the third episode of this with, like, and put Bandersnatch in as an episode, then maybe it would have been a better season. But
yeah, Bandersnatch was really good. And, like, all the other seasons are so good. But it's just, like, this season was definitely lacking. I think if they were all 3 individual, standalone short films, they would have been fine. But since they're connected to the universe of Black Mirror, like, you have to judge it by what we've seen in the past, and it just doesn't compare to what we've seen in the past.
This is not Black Mirror.
Yeah. Not terrible, but not the best.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that concludes our review for Black Mirror Season 5.
We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope you enjoyed hearing our take on it. Be sure to hit that thumbs up and leave a comment down below your thoughts.
And make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button for any future videos, which there will be plenty.
Plenty.
And until next time.
Thanks for watching.
Like this.